Welcome back to the world of Twitch. It's for my part of things. It's been uh, hectic June. I'm glad to finally get back onto Twitch with you guys again. We're playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, set in Wesmia, well, Olivos, country Wesmia. But our players haven't been in Olivos for an extremely long period of time. They have been in the Feywild, particularly a realm that they now know as Prismere, and the last time that they played together, they had this massive lore dump thrown on them by a unicorn. Um, Sounds kind of strange when I say it that way, but it's also true. The way that this, or what has happened up to now, is they had made their way through the realm of Hither within Prismere. Making their way through the realm of Hither, they ended up meeting up with a individual by the name of Bavlorna Blightstraw, known better to them as Slackjaw. They did hear the right name a couple of times, but they know this person better as Slackjaw. They had a variety of different interactions with Slackjaw, as well as Slackjaw's immediate neighbors, this Bullywug kingdom, if you will. Uh, and after trying to incite riots and do some very underhanded things with the attempt of trying to sway favor with this hag, Slackjaw, it didn't work out. A fireball kind of got in the way, and so they ended up well, it was actually a fireball that got more in Slackjaw's way than anything. They did a number on Slackjaw, and Slackjaw fled. Nonetheless, the fact that Slackjaw fled made people think that, or made the party, who now call themselves the Red Brands, based off of one of the tools they managed to procure in Hither, maybe gave them the indication that maybe they should also flee in case Slackjaw regains her strength. So they fled with help from a scarecrow to another realm within Prismere called Thither, where they met Nib, this miser that spun uh, most anything people asked for in their in out of gold, if you will. It's kind of their payment for misdeeds that they had done in this other realm called Waterdeep. Nobody's ever heard of that before. Um, and carried on their way to after getting some information from Nib, they found that there was a couple of possibilities for resolution, for getting home, for um, maybe trying to make good uh, with Slackjaw for that matter as well. They know that now that one of Slackjaw's sisters of this hag coven that seems to exist here in Prismere lives in Thither, known as Granny Nightshade. Granny Nightshade's also been putting up a whole bunch of wanted posters all over this realm called Thither, looking for this critter by the name, or by this humanoid by the name of Will of the Feywild. And it's kind of been suggested that maybe finding Will and turning Will in might be of help. Maybe not. That was what Nib suggested at any rate. Um, what Nib also suggested, though, was that if you really wanted to get to see Granny Nightshade, gave directions, river, the whole works. Watch out for mushrooms. They did actually end up dancing amongst a whole bunch of mushrooms on their way to. They hadn't actually fully decided. They were just going either to find Will of the Feywild at what Nib called Little Oak, or to find Granny Nightshade's home. Along the way, they met a centaur who explained to them that the fog that they see everywhere separating the different realms has been creeping in and is now taking over Thither, and Thither will not be much longer. If you want to know some answers about that, the centaur went to go look for his own kin, but directed you guys, the Red Brands, to this pool where a unicorn was supposed to be. And sure enough, you did in fact meet the unicorn, who dumped even more lore on you. The unicorn seems to know a lot. The unicorn knows that a number of creatures have been captured, that the coven, this hag coven, three sisters seem to have taken over from the original owner, which we now know happens to be the same person who is Scragg's patron. Um, these three hags have taken over Prismere from Scragg's patron, who Scraggs has now revealed is known as Chalk, or the unicorn said, yeah, but here we call her Zbilna. Now, the unicorn's been kind of trying to hide as well, though, because its mate has been missing. And for that matter, it knows that its mate's horn is also missing from its mate, and therefore the horn needs to be recovered. And but they were also hiding because they feel as though that they've been under attack. And sure enough, and in the middle of the conversation you guys had with the unicorn, it was attacked by an assassin who you handily managed. And that is where we pick up at this point in time after having just finished this encounter with this assassin. And the unicorn has just kind of disappeared. Is there anything you think that I may have missed, players? Because that was a lot.
Always be cautious until you have to not be.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
Yes.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, with all of that information, what are you guys going to do?
Be cautious.
For the time being.
Did we ask the other unicorn if they had any idea what their partner might be?
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure that was something we had
indicated
asked
to you.
before.
Yeah, they indicated to you that the partner would have been captured by Granny Nightshade.
All right.
Looks like
I
we're
think I was
looking for
going for that
Granny
part.
Nightshade.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
All roads are pointing towards her, though.
So maybe we don't care too much about getting her. Yeah, but maybe we don't care so much about getting her favor anymore.
Maybe we can even find what's his name, Johnny of the Feywild or whatever, on the way.
Johnny the Feywild.
Johnny Teth
no,
of the
it's
Feywild.
Oh gosh, please don't bring that into my game. That scares me too much.
Cursed. You're banned forever. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing who it is at least.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing if they're of any use to us.
Yeah. Maybe they can give us a little more insight into her too. Like why they're being hunted.
Now,
I don't think we found that out.
I have to ask, are we going to side with the person who's good or the person who can help us the most? Because I'm chaotic neutral.
I would rather side with the person who's doing good.
That's fine.
Hopefully they're one and the same.
Yes, hopefully.
I used to be chaotic good.
Well,
I remember those days.
The thing about chaotic neutral is doesn't really care.
And then
Just
you
whatever-
try to
Well, I got-
Whatever's in front of him and he feels like it.
I got to help me mistress. Otherwise, she'll destroy me.
Sounds like
So
more
we've got
people
pretty good
are
incentives
for
to
it
take down.
than against it, so.
Yeah. I suppose to help out Scraggs, we gotta take care of
Yeah.
of them.
Well, as a fairy,
Bring it on.
fairy tulip, I don't like witch hags.
I can see through you.
Uh,
I'm just
Fuck off.
gonna...
I forget.
That's fair.
We know did somebody say where Granny Nightshade, like where we could potentially find her? Is that something we know?
Yeah, Nib suggested
At this
to
point,
you.
I thought we was.
Yeah, Nib suggested to you that the way to get there is by way of this river that he's kind of given you directions down. He said if you go at one point in time, the river forks, and when the river forks to the left, that goes to Granny Nightshade. When the river forks to the right, that'll take you to Little Oak, which is where theoretically Will of the Feywild is.
And I assume that the river is flowing south, air quotes.
It's been flowing. When you did cross the river to get to this pool to say hello to this
Oh, right, it was
unicorn,
going sideways, so we couldn't tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this assassin that showed up, or hunter or whatever, have any like distinguishing markings or paraphernalia? Nope.
You did an investigation check, and you got very little.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that you can't see what the person looked like. So let me get this cloaked figure. Just make sure I got this right.
I think he was an orc.
Yeah, that's right too. You're absolutely right. He was a very lithe-looking orc.
I remember that.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I needed. So we can either go directly to Granny Nightshade or go and talk to
Will of the
Johnny
Feywild.
Test.
Stop it.
Well,
I'm thinking
well,
Johnny is a good idea. I'm thinking Johnny is best because maybe.
I'm gonna be honest.
I hate this so much.
DM, you froze for a second in a like in like a. I was like, is he actually mad? And then all of a sudden you were laughing on the screen.
Oh.
All right. So Johnny Test is Johnny next. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So we think Will of the Feywild is the one we're going towards.
Okay, so Will of the
Cartoon Network's
Feywild
gonna
is
shut down your
directly-
stream.
Well, that's what's just. I'm telling you, my network here, guys. I love technology. I love technology. Hey, you know what? I do like technology because we're playing. So whatever. Okay, so.
But yeah, I do think we want to go find Will of the Feywild.
Okay.
Get his side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Then onward you would move, knowing that you can't see much else around here. Just as
I assume we'd go back to the stream and then just follow it.
Sure, for certain you can. Elred, roll me a survival check if you don't mind, please.
All right.
I drop my D4 here.
That skill that I am famously good at. Actually, despite only having a +1, I seem to actually roll really well on my survival
you
checks
dare.
for some reason.
Don't jinx
Why
it.
would you
yourself.
say that?
Yeah, no, right. Like we're all seeing this. Like,
Why
you
would
know
I say
how
that?
dice-
Because I want to make things. I want
Yeah,
You
shake
wanna
things
to
up.
make
Do it.
things more interesting. That's why.
Okay, because Jackson is
Chaos
chaotic,
Reign.
even
Yes.
though Elred is not. Yeah, there you go. So, all right. Okay, so with that,
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
that's about right. So Elred's kind of leading the way. Oh, perfect, marvelous. Elred's kind of leading the way. Says, it kind of just points back towards the forest. It seems like he feels relatively confident, so the rest of you guys fall in, and it takes a little bit longer before you guys find a river. Let's roll a perception check for Elred with advantage, with help from somebody else in your group, or else with one of the other group members also rolling. So 2 rolls or 1 roll with advantage.
I think there are people with better perception than me. I've got decent
I
perception.
got 4.
Yeah, I've only got 2.
I
So
could roll.
Sure, 1 roll each then. 14 for Elred. Yeah, there we go. So, Aravis, as you're kind of... actually, I also need to do this. Get that natural dice sound going. Okay, so... Elred is starting to kind of lead, and after a little bit of walking through the forest, this particular part of the forest doesn't seem all that familiar. It's the green on the leaves and needles, because there's some conifers here too. They're a little bit darker. The ones that you were walking through before were very bright leafed, little white edges around them. But they're starting to get a little bit darker now, and so. Before long, though, Aravis, you actually hear the river water, and you kind of take Elred's shoulders, just kind of turn them a little bit to the left to kind of get them a little bit more there.
That away.
And away you guys carry on through until you do actually find the water, and it is a little bit faster moving, a little bit wider here, not much, and probably a little bit deeper. So if you decided you wanted to cross over here now, you'd want to cross. It's quite possible you would want to cross now, before it gets a little bit too fast for you to be able to.
So we're like right around here or abouts.
That's what you think, yes.
So I don't see why we need. Well,
yeah, no, we want to be on the right side, and that's what we're on right now. So
at least until we get here, and then we'd have to.
Well,
I don't
well,
even.
okay, I
This
suppose
might
it
be not the place we go.
I suppose since you mentioned a fork, I suppose that this it's heading in this direction, right?
Yeah, it's coming from on the map from the right to the left.
Okay.
And for you guys,
Well, that
so
means
you guys
well,
are actually following
we want to go to the
flow
right,
over.
and we're already on the right, so we should probably just stick on this side, right?
Yeah.
I just said right like
That's
4
a
times
little
in one
meta
sentence.
It's a little meta game, but with your survival instincts, you
Well,
would be able to know.
So
Oh,
the way I see it
yeah.
is like we were told that we should go right, and like
Yeah.
with the direction we are going, we are on the right side.
That's absolutely true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little meta game, but that's okay. We'll get over it. All right. So you guys carry on through the day. Thankfully, after that very full morning, you guys find that there is not a lot of distractions. There is still a lot of fauna existing here. Every once in a while, you hear a little bit of a woodpecker just against a couple of the trees nearby. Overhead, you hear what seems to be some sort of predatory bird screech, kind of claiming its territory after a fashion. Can't see it, trees are kind of in the way, you just hear it. But aside from that, it's a relatively nice day, actually. And you guys get quite a ways before the sun starts to get too low and you decide it's time to set up camp. So, let's set ourselves up some camp. Who would be keeping... Who's going to be taking first watch? Okay, Abby would, although Abby, I didn't hear your voice.
Me neither.
Yeah, you're not coming through your audios.
I see your lips moving.
Try it now?
There you
No,
go.
there you
go. Yeah, it's weird. My camera and my microphone keep closing out of OBS, so that's fun.
Oh, OBS, listen, be helpful, will you?
Gotta love
So Dottie has a mission, so she'll take first watch.
Oh, Dottie has a mission.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since
Erebus,
I just making sure, has to sleep half as long. He'll stay up with Dottie,
Oh, okay, cool.
have a chat.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So Scrags and Elred, anything in particular before you guys go to sleep?
Which means I'll take second watch.
Think so.
Okie doke then.
Mm.
Then let's do this. Dottie and Erebus, roll for me a single perception check. Or one of you guys with advantage.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay. 18.
So an 18.
Thanks for that advantage.
Alrighty then. So that brings the sun settles in. Scrags crawls into their own pack, and smiling, Elred goes to sleep. And that's important to note because he's still smiling. It was not a temporary thing, it seems.
Oh, so Dottie, what brings you to the Feywild? What brings you here with magic and explosives and everything that is your blondness?
My expertise.
Yes.
Well, I was, I guess you could say, gifted or cursed with magic a while back.
I will say gifted.
Yeah, I was working for my parents in their alchemy business, and everything was pretty normal. I was just like a normal halfling, and we would party and things like that. And then all of a sudden, I pointed at my mother, and she turned into a potted plant. So ever since then, I've just had these uncontrollable bursts of magic. And
Not the first time I've heard someone turn their mother into an inanimate object, but first time I've heard
really?
a potted plant.
Okay.
You hear many things in the Feywild, and I've been here quite a while.
Yeah, I bet. So I've just come looking for answers.
In the Feywild.
Yeah, I have a feeling my magic came from here in some way.
Well, half will be lies, and half will be half-truths, and half will be... No, that's it.
We gotcha.
Well,
Trying to put you in there.
I will assist in your endeavors. I have nothing better to do.
Well, thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it.
Speaking of magic, I'm on a mission right now.
A mission?
Would you like to help me find some bat poop and sulfur?
I would love to.
Okay.
Let us begin.
How far away afield from the camp are you guys willing to go?
What do you think, Erebus?
Adventure.
Oh god! Yay, we're splitting the party
I got a good
at night.
4
What could go wrong?
I got a good 4 hours before exhaustion's even a risk.
All right.
Well, everyone else is. Well, the other two are long resting, I might add.
Yeah. So.
But you guys do you. You do you.
Okay. So, roll for me an investigation check then, with advantage against Dottie.
Okay. Has anyone figured out what I'm trying to get yet? I figured.
I'm looking at spell components right now to try and find it.
You don't know this is a famous recipe.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a big one, yeah. Okay, so with a 22, which is a pretty good roll, with a 22, you are able to relatively well keep your eye on the campsite, not lose sight of it, and kind of start moving a little bit. You kind of start doing this spiral movement out. You know, you don't want to completely leave them, and yet you do. And see if you can, just to see if you can find any evidence of bats or any evidence of naturally occurring yellow veins in rocks or things like that. And before you get a little bit of a distance out, I'm going to say you allow yourself about 60 feet away from the campsite. Before at one point in time you happen to notice a bit of a glimmer of light through some trees. Like a little firelight along that seems to be a bit of a distance away.
What kind of firelight?
Orangish yellow.
Well, as long as we stay away from that.
Very smart.
You continue to do enact your search, and every once in a while, you get back to about the same point in your search pattern, and you can still see the light. It's still there.
Interesting. Yeah, if I get these ingredients, I'll be able to make my fiery explosions a little bit bigger.
Always good, at least as long as they're not targeted at us.
No, this time I'll be able to control it because I have the spell components.
I will
Scrags.
attempt to stealth forward a little towards the light.
Scrags is having the most amazing dream about the party not splitting up and leaving the cleric behind. It's amazing.
To be fair, if you were
Spread
going to get
them
left
out.
with anyone, the paladin's probably. If you were going to get left with anyone, the paladin's probably the best one.
Yeah, you're pretty. You feel like you're pretty quiet, and as you guys continue on, and you get to a point where, even with your own very cavalier approach to life, Dottie, you're starting to think, okay, I might be pushing my luck now. But as you get to that point, and as you kind of start stealthing a little bit away, Aravis, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Nope, I'm gonna roll it. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of stealth quite a bit close, quite a bit closer. It appears after a little bit that you have come across what seems to be a campfire of some sort. You're still a long distance away, but you rolled pretty well with stealth, and
I can tell it's
I mean,
a
with a
campfire.
12, you could tell it's a campfire. Yeah, it's not like a wisp or anything else.
That's what he was
moving
worried about,
independently.
so he'll pull back. That's the main thing he didn't want the others to fall into, so he's going to back up.
So, despite a 22 investigation check, what you actually will find here, it seems to be there's some herbs nearby that might provide for some spell components, perhaps, but something you could potentially burn as incense if you wanted to. There is a couple of stones that seem like they could probably be good for, for fueling a sling.
Striking a
Jeez,
fire?
man. Yeah, for using for slings and things like that. But there isn't any sulfur-like things here. And the only place that you can think of where it kind of being around here, it doesn't appear as though it's backcountry. It's a little bit more. You need some rock formation a little bit closer than you currently are.
Okay.
I
I'll keep that in
will
mind and just.
creep back to Dottie and say, it seems we keep choosing campfire or camp spots next to other campers.
I know. What do you think? Should we check it out or just go back to our own?
Let's see what happens. It worked out last time. We just left him alone.
I mean, what's the saying again?
Mind your own business.
No, the other one.
You can't be cautious until you need to be.
Yeah,
Be cautious until you need to not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I reversed it. My bad.
You just have to know when not to be.
Mhm.
All right.
Apparently, right now.
Yeah.
So you guys will make your way back to the camp, kind of settle in a little bit there. Who are you gonna wake up to take the next watch?
I'm taking the next watch.
Oh, you are taking the next watch. Okay, so then, Dottie, you can now curl up into your own little sleeping pattern.
Long rest. Cool.
Yeah, and as
Not
you
quite yet.
nod off,
Not quite yet.
Aravis, you see kind of like, guarding the camp, but almost talking to himself quietly, almost monologuing to the air. Just a very play-oriented kind of person.
All right, roll me one more perception check then, please.
All right. 13.
13, yeah. So you can kind of keep a clock on where you think that campfire is, but now that you're back at the camp, the trees are too thick and in between, and you're too distant to actually notice where it is anymore. You're just kind of keeping an eye to see if there's anything approaching from that general direction in the middle of the night. Nothing seems to come.
Okay. 2 hours. I'll wake up my smiling friend.
All right, Alred, you are being woken.
Yes. Ugh. Looks like wakes up, looks around. My turn.
Seems so. Settled into meditation.
I just yeah, it gets up. Alright.
All right, roll me a perception. that didn't happen. Let's try that again. There it is. Okay. So, man, you guys are like right middling of the road the entire day today, aren't you? Okay, so with that perception check, you don't notice a lot throughout your sleeping, throughout everybody else's sleep. You notice mostly you're still kind of getting used to the muscles being able to move again in your face. So you're kind of doing all sorts of strange to yourself because you know nobody else is watching. Okay, can I smile like this? Can I frown? No, I've always been able to frown. And just kind of experimenting with your face again because it's been a very long time. A very long time indeed. But nothing else seems to come your way at all during the night.
Yep.
And the sun rises, and you guys now all have your long rest. You guys can all come to wakefulness in your own ways.
That's a pity I wasn't asked, because I would have gone straight back to sleep.
And that's why you weren't.
Yeah.
All right. You have the day ahead of you. Anything in particular before you guys make your way?
Oh,
all right.
Think so.
We
All
rush
right,
the camp. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about the camp.
Yeah, you didn't tell them about the camp
Eris
when
didn't
you
mention
woke
anything
them
about
up.
it, so
So we had a dream where there was this camp.
yeah. So
Must have been.
We definitely didn't leave the campsite.
in this dream where you guys like left the no, yeah.
I does have a question. Is
Bring it.
Erebus giving us the big speech for 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, he's gonna tell you all about whatever you want to know.
What do you want to know about this
Right.
thing?
I would like to know how exactly one changes a wagon wheel.
A wagon wheel.
Exactly.
All right.
And I want all the full proper words that you use for that, like all the technical terms.
I feel like Erebus goes on this really long-winded story that just like ends with like, and then we had to change our wagon wheel.
Completely unrelated thing, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's like epic. Actually, like this huge story about like betrayal of like nobility and the poor rising up. And then, like, halfway through, there's, like, a short section on, like, they had to change their wagon wheel because it was, like, shot down. But then it continues on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So,
my questions are answered. Thank you very much.
Scrags this time, because Erebus is going onto this long-winded performance, I'm going to go for Scrags and Dottie to give me perception checks this time.
Ah. Might I give myself a little bit of touchy, feely?
If that's the
never
way you
say
want to
that
put
again.
it, yes. If that's-
Framing.
Actually, no. No,
Please
no,
do not. If it's what I'm thinking of.
Not if that's the way you want to put it. Don't put it like that at all.
So close to a 15.
You're gonna get us taken off of Twitch.
Oh, jeez.
Oh gosh.
Breakfast. You know,
Ooh, 14.
they tend to not do breakfast to Nishberry. They tend to do just like a walking breakfast, and so I kind of let them have some fun with that, perhaps. But apparently today they're when I think about you, I touch myself. Anyway, this is. Yeah, so bad. Okay,
You know what?
moving
Let's
on.
go find
As-
Johnny Test, okay?
You're gonna go find John. As you're with your perception check of
Doesn't matter what
11.
his
Oh
actual
my
name is
word!
anymore.
Johnny.
He's just
His
Johnny
name
Test.
is Will I Am.
Will oh, jeez. Oh man.
Will I
He
Am.
comes in
Will
with
I Am.
black
Will I
eyes.
Am.
Anyway, okay. So as you guys kind of set forth, you do notice that there was kind of walking along the riverside. You do notice the location of that campfire that you saw the night before. It's no longer populated. It is now abandoned, been put out. You could tell but there was definitely something being cooked over a fire there.
Was it tasty?
You could go and check it out. Want to do that?
I'd likes to check it out.
Investigation check. This is going to be super easy to get something, but the higher
And I'll
the
start
higher the roll,
touching
the
me
more you
hands
get.
together.
Just say guidance.
Yeah, just say guidance.
No! I wasted a touch right there.
Oh man! So what you get to, you do smell what appears to be butter, probably melted in the ground
With
beside the
lobster.
campfire.
Ooh, let's go fishing.
Now that you go straight into that, you get closer to it to sniff it, and it does not smell like seafood. It smells more along the lines of like
Elf?
mushrooms.
Does it feel like it was one of what's his name's friends? One of
Yeah, with
Arabis's friends.
Yeah, with your roll of a 3, you think it's buttered mushrooms. That's pretty much all you can get.
Yeah. Buttered mushrooms.
Oh no, that's just fantastic. Okay.
Dang it! I should have thought of that after I got my vision.
True seeing is now worn off.
Yes, I know.
Hey, you can't
Been
see
more than
what
a
race
day.
I am now.
I'm sure it
We have
hasn't
Tenach.
changed.
We have Tenachberry in our chat, and I'm now very concerned about everything that they've been hearing because this is definitely a different way of doing guidance.
Well, I like touching myself.
Listen, it
Next
does
time
give a certain amount of motivation.
Yes, it does.
Next
Alright,
time
so
I'll start touching.
It's around
Elred's-
motivation to get away from this.
I'll start
You
touching
guys-
Elred's muscles.
No.
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 Okay,
Absolutely not.
So
His
We
leggy
guide
muscles.
you.
Terrible.
DM carries on and says that you guys are continue through the forest. Weather today. What's the weather? Let's find out what the weather is. I have a button for that. Oh,
I
clear
assume it's
Sunny
skies.
about 70 degrees out, I think.
Yeah, actually,
Little humid.
that wouldn't be inaccurate if you're going with Fahrenheit version. Celsius version, that's going to be a little bit closer to.
I'm just going with
20-ish.
what's outside right now.
Yeah. So if you are doing that, if you're going by that, then yes, it is actually a very nice, sunny, clear day. No clouds in sight. A tiny breeze coming in at your faces, and okay. That makes a lot more sense. Janet, I apologize. It's Tenaj in the chat, but I've been clarified. It is Janet backwards. So now I know I'm gonna do that. This is what happens when you're away from Twitch for too long. Okay, so carrying on. You guys have no problems making your way through the forest at this point, and with your amazing 11 perception check. You're very much distracted by there's not much you can hear even over the sound of the water, which is now definitely it seems to be collecting from a variety of different sources and getting a little bit bigger. But you do, getting towards the end of the day, get close to what you hear is a little bit more of a little bit more rapid sounds in the water. So you get closer to, closer to the sound, and what you find at the end is, there seems to be this large rock in the middle of the river that actually forks it. So it's unusual to have a fork in a river downstream, but something about this particular rock formation is just too tough for the water to erode through. So it now splits at this point. Seems kind of unusual for anybody who... And then, of course, you remember, no, wait a second, we're in the Feywild. Okay. But you're now at a fork in the river.
Well,
Which way do we go?
I'll say we know that in character we know the right path leads to Will, right? Or at least where he's supposed to be.
That's what Nib has told you, is that if you go to the right, you're going to find, theoretically, this place called Little Oak, which is where Will is.
Do
likely
we
to
trust
be.
Nibs?
I mean, he gave us a bunch of magic items, so kinda.
I
He
mean,
seems okay.
isn't that a reason not to trust him? He's a bit of an idiot. I mean, imagine giving me a magic item.
Sure. But I can do this, and I'll turn my clothes into, like,
Make it good.
like a skin tight swimsuit
Oh, okay.
with
Full
what looks
wetsuit.
like full wetsuit, like I'm about to go snorkeling,
Is it one of those green things that all the guys on YouTube
but
wear?
fantasy. So
Yeah.
It's fantasy, so it's made of like lizard skin.
oh yeah, those
Actually, better yet, it's amphibious skin.
yeah, those frogs would be terrified of me now.
I would say, yeah, that sounds terrifying. Just someone covered, like,
Yeah.
an entire, like, frog skin suit. I hate it. I hate that
And-
image so
and,
much.
and the like flippers are frog feet.
Yep.
You have
Well-
a suit made of slackjaw.
The only image I have in
Oh.
in my head now is Frogman Mario.
Frogman
That's what
Mario.
I
Oh,
see.
yes! Yes! Yes.
Oh gosh.
So
Did
Janet
you-
in the chat says that she was worried it was going to be farmer overalls complete with the straw in the mouth and the hat.
And then it's
So-
that.
and then it's
And then
that.
it's-
okay.
Then it's royalty outfit.
He's still wearing the frog suit, weirdly enough.
Yes,
It's just
underneath
pop,
everything.
pop, pop. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So, guys, gonna carry on the right hand side
Back
of the
to
river.
normal.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, but it
Yeah.
is late. So, are you gonna set up camp here, or do you want to set up camp a little
Uh,
bit of ways away from the fort?
Probably find. a
So
setup
wait,
camp.
are we here now?
Yeah, that's what you think.
Can we go a little further in order to attempt to find some?
Mushrooms.
No, there's no way that we're gonna find sulfur, are we?
I'm saying that you guys have been watching for that, but you haven't come
Well,
across.
I don't think we're gonna find bats here.
We can
Was
try.
Why do you need sulfur?
It's a component for
Fireball.
for fireball.
Later on in the game.
Out of character, they're components for fireball.
Yeah.
In
In
character,
I don't
it's
even
shampoo?
know if we know that they're looking for this stuff
No, we don't.
The only one who does is Aaron.
because
but
they
that's
didn't
okay.
mention it.
Yeah.
I just see her furtively looking around the place and thinking, what's wrong with her? She's gone insane, as all royals do.
You
Let
just
them
hear
eat-
going, is this bad shit? Oh, no, that's not it.
Let them eat cake.
Pretty certain that that one apple that you end up picking up of what you think is batshit actually ends up being this large wad of what must have been left over from a constipated seagull or something like that. But that's it's not quite that shit.
Ew,
Dang it, that's
Okay.
not.
she's batshit crazy.
After hearing that, I throw it at the back of Scragg's head.
Roll for hit. Roll to hit.
Mirror
this-
image.
Strength or
pretty-
dexterity?
Dex. This is a dex. It's ranged.
Okay.
Try.
See here.
Try. and
You have
hits me
proficiency
there.
in bird poop, right?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Not until she throws it. No, wait a second. That's under Thurkana. Never mind.
Oh gosh. Oh,
21.
Oh!
Oh, you.
I can't wait for
Yeah.
the giant
Yeah.
Unearthed Arcana where someone grabs a table and just starts like chucking it again and again.
Tavern brawler with that feat. I'm
Yep.
telling you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
So,
yeah, you get-
what damage did this do?
It doesn't do any damage. I just wanted to
Emotional
see if you would
damage.
If you, it's
No,
totally-
emotional psychic. Or, no.
There you go. Yeah. But you do take
That,
this
she could
good.
have diseased me.
It's a
have
little
a
bit
paladin.
like.
I
it's
can't
not
hear
so
someone
much-
else. Well, actually, yeah, I can.
It's not so much soft and liquidy. It is actually, it's been out for a while. and so it was hard and crusted on the outside. But as soon as it hits your head, it kind of goes against the back of your head and splits, and it's moist on the inside. I chose the word. It took me a couple of seconds to choose the word, but I chose the word moist. Yeah.
I'll turn around to Dottie and just point at her, but if only because she could see inside my cowl, she would see me making the words "Spirit Guardians." Oh, Spirit Guardians.
Are you casting it?
No.
I can't cast it yet, but next level I
Yeah.
might forget to
It's
include
a
her.
thermal spell.
You never
Just keep in
know.
mind, next level I can cast Fireball.
Oh gosh, the whole party
Anyways.
blows up.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's just cool down this arms race here real
You've
quick.
already fireballed me. You've already fireballed me.
But that one was an
EVP
accident.
fire-
It's gonna end with power word kill and meteor swarm.
Oh my gosh, and a wish just to go back in time afterwards. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so yeah, you guys set yourselves up at what you think is a camp. First people to take watch. Who's the watchers tonight?
I
go
will
first
watch
this
this time. Okay, I'll go second, but I will actually watch this time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'll stay
so
awake.
Elred, roll for me a perception check if you will, please.
Ugh.
Hey, another very average roll.
Very, very average, middling roll. With that very average, middling roll,
Very average day, yeah.
you are now just a little bit further away from that break in the water, from that fork in the river. That the sound isn't as violent, and therefore you can actually hear things a little bit better around you. But there isn't much to hear in this space aside from the average nightly sounds that you have been hearing. Your watch goes unaffected. Let's go to Scrags. Go for me a perception check.
And I will not be touching myself.
You'd have to touch yourself all
Good.
night long because guidance only lasts 6 hours. So
Oh, 11.
Stop it.
what is with the 11s?
hate
Okay,
it.
we're gonna have to start naming you guys the
Don't
Mighty 11.
know.
Okay,
4 of us show
It's
up.
got to be trademarked.
it's
Trademarked.
not at
No,
all.
I
Yeah,
said it's got to be
it's-
like already.
it's close. It's close. Anyway,
11
hey,
is.
so with
Doesn't
11,
seem like it.
you
Anyways.
are much the same. Actually, you kind of have had these thoughts of buttered mushrooms in your head for much of the day. But aside from that,
Actually does
it
sound really
kind of
good.
does, doesn't it? Okay. Anyway, your watch also goes unaffected. Actually, just give me one moment here.
Do I look at Elred and start imagining him as a buttered mushroom?
You could do that, and as you do also notice
Please
from
don't.
a bit of a distance away, there seems to be some cloud formations off in the distance that just have this light bit of lightning far enough away that the thunder doesn't even seem to make it to you. But there is a little bit of a break in the trees here beside the river where you can see a little bit further to the east this time.
Natural or unnatural?
Tough to tell from this distance. It doesn't feel threatening yet, at any rate. So might actually even just blow past you and not even come anywhere near you. It's just there.
While I'm sitting down watching, I will cast detect magic ritually several times to just wander around the camp detecting magic,
Sure.
because you never know.
Never a bad idea. So wandering around your little camp area, you have your detect magic up. You're gonna notice the red brand that Erebus is now carrying.
What's that over there? Is that a staff of power? Oh, let me have a look. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't a whole heck of a lot nearby.
It's
you
a-
right
it's
now
a
that's
twig.
new.
Never know. Maybe I might have seen someone kind of approach through the trees. I would have caught the detect magic.
It's a very wise plan. Just nothing seemed to be threatening at this point in time.
That's such a pity. Oh well, will I wake up? I'll wake up the elf.
I was like, Aravis would actually just be done with his rest at this point.
Yeah.
Right? I assume we're taking 2-hour watches each.
You,
Yeah.
Elfie. Your turn.
Yeah. I'll start my watch.
Are you serious? I just told you it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. It's Spirit Guardians. Anyway, no.
I don't see the problem.
I was say, did I miss did I miss something?
I don't know.
No, Scrags is just being Scrags.
Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah, no, there's appreciation coming from DM on that. So go for it for me, please, Aravis, with your perception check. Maybe it'll be an 11. Maybe.
Or 20.
Or it could be a 20, which is
You're
good.
rolling all the 20s. You're taking all the good luck. We're just
Yeah,
getting
stop
the
this,
average
would you?
stuff.
Listen, if I roll stealth and I don't get a 20, that's embarrassing.
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Yeah, okay, that's how we're gonna do it. All right, so with your 20 perception check, it's nothing seems to be all that dangerous at this point. It's actually kind of getting you unnerved. How little there has been threatening you at night. You've been here for a long time. You know that this is not the usual, and so you've been really kind of peeling at the edges of your visions, looking purposefully, kind of like weaving your eyes through the trees to see if you can notice anything. And it takes a little while, but your dark vision is good, but it's not good enough to get all the way out to the edge of your regular lit vision. And it's when the light starts to show that you notice something just kind of pawing at the ground, a good solid, probably 120 feet, if not further away. But also just kind of pawing at the ground in a large lump on the ground.
I will stealth and move forward as much as I can.
Sure, roll your stealth check. I need. Ooh,
Goodness.
okay. I actually need to look something up here though, because I rolled really good. That's the first time I've rolled good all day for you guys. All right.
When you say good, is that bad?
That is the question, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as you kind of start making your way move forward, and you've gotten used to working your way through trees and through brush without too much hassle. At one point in time, though, you get closer to it, and you kind of lean up against a tree just to kind of give yourself a little bit of a break on your heels. And as you do, you can hear the leaves above your head, kind of press up into the leaves of a neighboring tree just a bit. This tree was just a little bit lighter than you expected it to be. And whatever this creature is, was probably about 40 feet away from you by the time you get to this point. Just kind of what you see is this feathery mass on the ground. And then what appears to be like some sort of an ear pops up. And then what appears to be a head sets up. And then a full-on bear-sized looking creature stands up. And this is the first time you actually see that it is actually tethered to some sort of a wagon or chariot or something like that kind of just creaks in the back. And the head turns to you to look in your general direction, looking, and just does this, like, you're looking at an owl bear.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was man bear pig.
So it's eating a caravan.
It's not eating a caravan. It looks like it was sleeping, but it's been tethered to some sort of a wagon. And it was sleeping.
Oh.
And you woke it up.
I will wave and then use my action to dash. Move my full movement and use my bonus action to dash all the way back.
Back to the camp?
As fast as I can.
So when you wave at it, it just kind of goes, and then you just dash back to the camp. You're back at camp now.
All right, I'm going to try and hide the camp.
Interesting.
Because now this might not apply, but in Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, one of your characters who's good at stealth can like help hide your camp to try to reduce chance of thing. I gotta want to do that to try and like,
Are you waking us
So-
up?
probably.
In-
You're probably
Are
gonna
you just
want
gonna
to
leave us? Are
I
you
was
just
just
gonna
saying,
leave
I was
us
like, how are you hiding the
destroyed?
camp? Like,
I
if
am
we're not
I am like, okay, everybody's gotta move, everybody's gotta
Do you have any spells?
So you're going to try and create some form of subterfuge of this camp while they're sleeping, theoretically.
theoretically.
While you're totally right about what Pathfinder would do, the skill that you're going for here is more of a survival skill.
Okay.
Okay, I'm willing to go for a survival check on this.
All right.
trying to
Wait,
bamboozle this owl bear.
Oh, with a 23, you don't wake anybody up.
Okay.
You just managed to find a few branches and some that are leafy, that are kind of broken
Just
off
like-
over time or something like that, and just like lay them over top with very
Eldred's
little
being
effect
like
on the people.
blanketed by a
Yeah, just I've established
Like-
he's an
like a
extremely
blanket of
thick
moss.
yeah.
He's an extremely thick sleeper, so like you can probably camouflage him pretty well without him waking up.
Yeah, nobody wakes. Actually, let's go with no, it'd be passive perceptions. No, you don't wake anybody up. So and then you quickly hide yourself as well. But I'll keep that stealth roll for it as well. You listen. Nothing. And then you hear a twig snap. And that's when you finally hear the wagon wheels of whatever it is just kind of slowly ricketing towards you.
All right. If they get within 60 feet of us, or if they get within 30 feet of us, I will wake everybody up.
Okay. As they get a little bit
Last
closer.
minute.
Yeah. So after a bit. Now, are you at? No, we'll let this happen. So you kind of hear this wig, and it kind of every once in a while just kind of gets. You could hear it hit up against a tree trunk or something like that, or a root. And after a little bit listening for it and watching for him, gets about 40-ish feet away, and you're watching its face, and it's just.
Now, can I see the wagon itself?
Yeah, it's at this point in time you can see that it is not actually a full-size wagon. It's actually only two wheels, one on the left, one on the right, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't look like it would carry cargo.
Just
More
people.
like a chariot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steps forward, gets about 30 feet.
I'll shake Dottie and Eldred.
What's up?
So Dottie, you've got this great big branch of leaves covering you right now.
I'll just be
And,
like,
I will cover her mouth and say, "Owlbear, be careful." And same with
look over and
I will
say,
flick the goblin.
it's adorable.
Elraid, are you alive?
So yeah, so are like I'm trying to decide like how Elred would react. Just like because my gut feeling is he just like
There's an
immediately
owlbear
just, like, move off
right
the
next to
branches,
us.
like, what the... yeah, okay. Look, he looks at
Things happen.
like
Oh, and we lost Jackson.
Uh-oh.
His internet.
No.
just like very much like a hand kind of shimmies over like just to grip his sword.
Yeah,
He's
we're back.
back
We're
now.
good.
Yeah, just like hand on my sword just in case.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It's not
Now?
stepping forward to you guys anymore.
Does
But
it hear me snore?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of looking particularly at, kind of shifts gaze between, mostly Erebus. No, actually, you can't see Erebus. Mostly between, the pink thing, Dottie, and the very loud thing on the ground snoring. Just
Hmm.
Just walk away, my friend. We're friendly. You're friend.
Can I change into
Wait,
an
wait,
owlbear
okay, wait,
cub
is
with this
okay,
guy's
wait, are
stuff?
they okay, so it knows we're here.
Is that allowed with this guy stuff?
I don't
No,
know.
it's humanoid only.
That thing
You're in
looks
a-
like a
you're in a
Never
suit.
mind.
An owlbear suit.
let's see, that thing
Big.
is it's you said it's got kind of a chariot attached to it, right?
Yep.
I would like to detect evil
Ride
and
the
good.
chariot.
You would like to detect which now?
Evil and good.
Cast
Oh,
detect
okay.
evil and good. Basically just try and tell if there's any of those things in the chariot
There is nothing
type thing.
of that
Or
sort
if it's-
immediately nearby you, save for
Okay.
the very small fey presence that you get, from elves.
Yeah, just of the general place.
Well, on that too. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. But nothing
will say that-
aside from what I already know.
You maybe get like a little stronger hint than you're expecting from Erebus. Just a little bit stronger than
I
you.
assume there's like I assume there's like a tiny bit on Dottie. Like
no.
oh,
And you're surprised
Very
there's
much.
nothing from Scraggs. It's almost as if he wasn't Fey, which is crazy.
I think I figured that out already. I think I
Very,
rolled high enough
but-
on my perception, from my wisdom save
Alright.
or whatever, to know that that wasn't the case. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
we're just looking at the owlbear. I suppose I'd get the brush off and stuff, and get my shield and sword, and just kind of like, hey, back off. Like,
I'm still snoring.
Okay, roll me a. Are you trying to scare it off then? Is that kind of what you're going?
yeah.
Give me an intimidation check.
All right.
I haven't asked for one of those for a while. It was time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's attached to a car. It's not gonna be vicious.
That's a nat 20 for a total of 24.
That's pretty sweet right there. I'm good with it. Although my nat 20 thing is not working on my machine, that saddens me. Why is my nat 20 thing not working? Boo! Come on. Let's do it. I should give you guys, it gives the chat the rolls. There it is.
Very much doing like the shield up kind of point is right, and very much doing like that thing when you're trying to scare somebody, where like you kind of like goof forward and then you like back up a bit and then you like
Sure.
kind of just like you're gonna
It's-
lunge, but then you pull back.
Now, before you, as you do that little bit of a lunge, it just kind of does this quick step back as well and lowers its head. And then just kind of turns and starts ambling away.
Yeah. If you look at Erebus, his mouth is agape. I have never seen an owlbear back down.
He or just kind of puts away the sword. Well, let's get a move on then.
It was so cute, though. It could have been our friend.
That was
All
a
right,
strange one.
Eating us.
I'm going to take a momentary break and put a shout out to Eric Abroad, who is raiding us with 19 people right now. So, hello, Eric Abroad. Good to have you guys with us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the raid. I love that pink hair. It's so appropriate for our game. It's purple, I guess, a bit more purple than pink, but it's so appropriate for our game. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are in the middle of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight Inn. We just had finished up a miniature encounter with an owl bear of all things. But yeah, so for those of you who are new to the channel here, thanks for joining us. We play a variety of different games throughout the week, but yeah, you're catching us, and you can you see stat blocks. Which way is that? I gotta point that way. See stat blocks down there. These are all our players. Say hi, guys.
Howdy.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey.
There we go. There's the warning. There's it. There it is. That's a
Fantastic.
beauty. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I hope you guys enjoy the show. We're just going to keep on going. The day has now come back to you. The owl bear has now ambled its way off with that unnatural 20 intimidation check from our dragonborn. Oh, and a follow from Eric as well. Thank you, buddy. It's just those. I'm welcome. I'm here for those. That's for sure. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah,
Did
let's
anyone
take it up.
actually wake Scrags?
No, Scraggs is still asleep.
Oh yeah.
Still snoring away.
Yeah. I suppose we
snoring away.
we can, once the owlbear leaves, we
Okay.
wake him up.
What happened?
He's covered in leaves still, and we honestly we don't need to wake him up. Let's just leave him.
Yeah, you.
Nothing to worry about. There was something.
I've got some
Kinda
really
looks like a
strange
bear.
70s porn music happening in my background. I'm not the one that's producing that. Is that
that was Scrag.
is that Scraggs? Okay,
Excuse
we're
me?
good.
Of course it is.
Also,
Excuse me?
how do you that sound like? It's very
Excuse, excuse
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, that's too specific.
Oh gosh.
Excuse
Okay.
me?
We're good. We're good. I have no idea what I was hearing in the background. All I could hear is what sounds like a wah pedal, and that's that's sketchy.
There's no
Okay.
pedal here. I'm on my laptop.
Who's last on the
You
watch?
heard a wah pedal, and your immediate thought was.
I don't know
70s
why.
porn.
Okay, I'm a music teacher. Shush. Okay, so
That was the end of the watch, right?
that was the beginning of the day. So we need to get, yeah, because Erevis took last watch. We need to get
Sure.
ourselves moving
That
forward.
was, like,
Oh, Jackson's got.
Yeah, sun's rising. Yeah. So are you guys carrying on to see if you can find your way to Little Oak?
Yeah.
We seem to have lost.
Now, can
yeah,
we make
Jackson's
a fair
having internet.
deduction that the owlbear was? I have a feeling the owlbear is the person we're looking for. Oh well, the person we're looking for could have been on the back of the owlbear.
Oh.
I thought the same thing with the fire on the last encounter.
I'm
So-
thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Of course, no one told me about the owlbear, so I'm just moving on.
All right. Well then, I need some people to do some perception checks as you guys are moving along the riverside.
All right, I'm going to be extra perceptive, and I will, of course, touch myself. Ooh.
This is that was
17 plus
It's got
my touchy feely is 18.
oh my gosh, it hurts so much.
The
And
wah
especially
pedal
with the
probably
70s core
helps.
music. That's totally it. Yeah, okay. I almost want to give advantage, but I also don't. Okay, so with that 18 perception check, are you actually also keeping your eye out to try to see where that owlbear went?
If it were possible to,
Okay.
but I
There's
mean, if
nothing. It really is just wrong. Border Kingdom Adventures, quote unquote, touchy feely with that music is just wrong. So you've got help from the chat agreeing with the things. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you guys are moving along there, the owlbear was obviously not trying to be quiet or stealthy as it ambled off. And it wasn't moving fast. Like, you guys watch for a while as it just kind of follows the river as well, and eventually veers off to the right as you guys kind of get a little bit closer to a rock outcropping, kind of a mountainous formation to your right hand side. Just kind of starts ambling off in that general direction. You guys
which
gonna
is
follow
the
it?
exact direction that Dottie wants to go in.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
the music is back again.
I have no idea where this music is coming from. It's not from me, I tell you.
Okay, but it's definitely coming through your system. So,
Me?
oddness is what I have. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
how,
don't have
but-
any
I see the
music.
green
There's-
blinking light.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea.
So we're on the right side of the river,
You're on the right side of the river.
and it's going
You're-
right. That's so it's it. Are we talking like these mountains or these mountains?
That's a question. Tough to tell. You've been a long ways away from that pool, though.
And
Like,
we
you're like 2 days away from it.
we aren't here yet, though, right?
We hit the fork in the road already,
River,
which
yeah.
was.
Ugh.
I think we thought it was this.
Which one?
Well, because we would have hit this fork like almost immediately when we were. This fork we would have hit like pretty much immediately when we were traveling because we started like here, which means
It's the only fork we.
This is a little
gone,
metagame
we've only
because
gone
we-
past one, right?
because we can't see the map. We would have hit this one, like out of character. We obviously don't know this.
Did
for
we
sure
cross
because we
the
don't know
river
the
yet?
actual map.
No, you haven't crossed the river back yet.
No.
How
And
did
DM
we get here?
We
We
were
were on
offered a
this side
choice to
already.
cross.
Yeah.
Which
What
we
I'm
didn't
saying
take.
is,
For a
So
long
what
time,
we're
you
saying
guys were rolling 11s, and as a result of rolling 11s, an average person would not necessarily know exactly where you are on this
Yeah.
map. Just that you've passed
Yeah,
the
no.
fork in the river.
No,
and
well,
that there's
especially
now
because
rock-
we in character do
formation
not
beside you.
know like that there's like two forks in the. in
I
the
know,
river.
I know.
From,
What
like-
I'm asking is like,
Yeah.
if we know our way to the
Oh.
oak place, because he told us where it is, would we know
You got directions.
that we should be on the other side of the river or something?
We're going in the wrong direction,
you-
are we?
Well, we
You
might
wouldn't
be here.
necessarily
Is what
know.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know if you need to
I
cross
think
the river,
we're
just that
here.
the river would take you there.
I think we're
We might
here
be over
because there's
here.
a. Well, here's a fork.
We wouldn't be here
You-
because we'd be on this side of the river still.
Well, you guys have never heard of 2 forks. You only know of 1 fork.
Yes.
So
We've seen one
the effort
before.
is being
That being
DM is
said,
being purposely deceptive here.
Yeah.
Because what you guys
Yeah.
know is that you've been following a river, and that now you've been following an owl bear who has likewise been following said river, and has now veered away from the river towards a mountainous formation of some sort.
Right, let's follow the owl bear. It knows where it's going. We don't.
I mean, I suppose if like someone were a wanted criminal, they would probably be hiding in like
Can
the
I
mountains or
tr-
something.
Just
so
Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. It's a good idea. I'm gonna climb a tree and look where we are.
You know, let's go for it. I'm here for it. Climb a tree.
Climb to the top of the canopy and see if I can see anything.
Would you
And roll
like
me a
some
perception check.
guidance?
Sure, guide me up.
Ah.
I'll rub your little calves.
Mm,
Never mind. Don't guide me. Don't guide me.
no. Can we
Alright, I'll
refuse
take it, I'll
guidance
take it.
after the fact?
It has to be a willing
Can we
creature,
refuse
so
guidance
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, just
roll a d4.
20
on top of that.
21.
he grabs your leg, and you are no longer a willing creature.
Okay, so you guys get to the top of this tree, and as you kind of crawl up to you find one that seems to be relatively large, sturdy. Make your way up. Actually, you know what we need to do here is an athletics or acrobatics check, depending on how you would climb the tree first, to see if you get up there.
Probably
And then I'll take that perception roll
acrobatics.
for you.
It might surprise you to hear.
That's the other
There
one
you
good at.
go.
17.
Yeah, so no problems. You're able to kind of a couple of times you guys actually watch as Erebus does this trapeze-like move to get from one branch to another. You get near the top where it starts to kind of get a little bit more flimsy and kind of hug to the middle of it, and you look out, and what you see off to your following the river and the directionality that the river was going, you look off into that directionality and you do see just trees all out in front of you. It's the hundreds, thousands, millions of trees. To your right, you do see a large mountainous formation, and then to your it kind of has this little bowl-like shape of mountains that kind of maybe a little bit of a passageway in the middle of them, but for the most part, it's just this shape of mountains, that encircles the right east and southeast area of your view. You don't see the pool anymore. It's not around you at all. And off to your left, across the river, a good solid distance away, you can see to the edge of what is, as thither, some more trees and more and such, but also the fog off in the distance.
Okay.
So it's really difficult to get a lot of landmarks aside from these mountain formations.
So here's what I think. Because we can't.
Hydrate. Everybody take a drink.
I don't have the water.
Get water.
It's got me drink. Why is we drinking?
The chat is redeeming some Windy Jade guild
5
points
o'clock
for
somewhere.
making us take some water, and I appreciate it because the
I've
worst
got
feeling.
monster. Does that count?
Okay, this is
Give
my
it.
thought process, and
don't
so
have
this is
water.
what I'm going to relay to the crew. I'm going to drop down and say, well, to our right, we have these mountains, and I'll draw a small picture if...
Yeah, you take a stick. You start drawing it in the rocky earth.
And because I know that there's the directions to this place we're going, right? Like,
Pretty good directions from Nib.
I will... is it this that I'm pinging?
That would be off towards the foggy area, based off of what you saw.
Yeah, so is this where we're supposed to... Or is it this one?
You would get the sense with what you rolled there. I would say you would get the sense that this is the general direction you're trying to go.
Okay.
And so those guys are like, what's he pinging? We got maps. I have the maps. Let's do some maps. Let's give you
So
maps.
He is the map keeper.
I'll
What's
say we should
not even
cross
what I
the
thought.
river and then continue on from there, and we should be able to find it. Or
Yeah,
attempt
and so-
to cross the river.
And so generally speaking, this is kind of what the players are kind of seeing at the moment. And
Oh wait, which
they-
side of the river are we on? Are we on the left side or the right side?
You're on the right side, and you have now surmised, Erebus, that you're probably right around here.
Okay.
Right, so we need to stay on this side of the river.
No, because where we're going is on the other.
Well, if we're trying to get to that like treehouse,
You don't
thing,
really know
then
which
we
side
need
of the
to
river
cross.
it's on.
Yeah.
And for that matter, the DM might just decide that he's going to mess with the maps a little bit. So you don't really know.
All right.
Okay.
So he didn't tell us which side of the map it was on, or just down the river?
No, he
Down
just
the
said down
river.
the river.
All right.
He didn't
then
tell
it
us it was
doesn't
a
matter.
treehouse.
Oh, okay.
Also, let's just
we knew it was on like the right fork,
Okay.
but that
Yeah.
was it.
right. Let's just find the owlbear and take him.
But the owlbear's going the other way.
But I want a car.
Also, wait, are you suggesting we kidnap an owl bear? I feel like that's not going to go.
Listen, I'm all for that actually, because that sounds awesome. But while we're doing this, it's probably we're gonna have to find it.
Pretty much.
I reckon.
Yeah. Anyone good at
I
tracking?
reckon Will I Am is the owlbear's owner, and he'll come to us.
So you're going to
You
go
know,
try and find an owlbear.
use a bit of honey to attract the thingy that likes the
okay.
honey.
Fair enough. Okay, so
It looks like a bear, but it also has feathers, so I'm not sure if honey works.
why don't you going to give me a survival check then, Scrags?
All right. Do I
Let's see if
get
you can track a
to?
bear?
Do I get to inspire
No, stop
myself?
Okay, thank you. That's
you-
much better.
Guidance does not work more than one turn, so
19.
it's not going to make much of a difference. Yeah, I don't need it. It's a 19. You're good.
Nobody needs.
You're good.
We don't
Okay.
need guidance. We don't need any of that.
All right. So, the owlbear was not trying to be stealthy. You can easily see the ruts and the footprints left in the ground behind this owlbear with a chariot.
I reckon
You
he's
guys-
lost, like a little puppy.
And after a little bit, you do come across what seems to be an owlbear in crouch. And with your survival instincts, you know what that looks like. It looks like it's hunting, but it's facing away from you.
Oh, that's so
So I want you
cute.
to roll me a stealth check.
I prefer to just go, good, come over here and offer some food.
And then it's just gonna kind of you can only really see like the top of its head for over its body, and it just kind of lifts up its head and does this nearly 180-degree angle turn on its head, which is definitely unusual for any bear, but perfectly fine for an owl bear. And looks at you.
Hello. Would you like
How-
some food?
Close can I get with a 25?
Oh, you can get really, really close. So while Scrags is distracting, and he actually does turn. The owl bear does actually turn.
I got some rations.
And so while he's kind of starting to very gingerly, like a dog that isn't really certain about this new human being that is approaching, or coyote. Actually, that's a better description. Like a coyote, only a much larger coyote that's kind of moving to you to see if it can maybe get some victuals or something like that from you. But from the side, Erebus, you're able to sneak right up on this guy.
I'm gonna take out a dagger and.
Oh, it had a natural one. It has no idea you're there.
No.
I'm gonna take out a dagger and just peek into the cart and see if anybody's there.
Yeah, you could totally do that from behind. There is nothing in this cart.
Now, what's attaching the owl bear to the cart?
Right now, it's almost as if it is like the owl bear is the actual beast of burden that is been normally used for this, and it's just lost its rider.
And it's connected by ropes, by a yoke
By a yoke.
around its neck.
More around it, just kind of behind its shoulders, so it can move a bit more freely.
Okay, I'm gonna try and break it,
Sure. Okay. With your dagger.
or like either lockpick it if it has a lock, or try and wedge it out if it doesn't.
Okay.
However it looks like it can be opened, I'm gonna attempt that.
This is going to be a
first.
two-parter then.
Okay.
So part one is Scraggs' animal handling check. Part two
Coochie,
is
coochie,
your...
coochie, coo.
I'll let it be a sleight of hand check to see if you can do it without the owl bear noticing.
Okay.
Coochie, coochie, coo. 19.
23.
Damn,
Uncle
you guys.
Scraggs.
So you release just as the owl bear gets like within feet of you, Scraggs, and you've got, what is it you're offering again? Honey?
Honey was what we call a metaphor. I was offering a little bit of rations.
Rations, right? Okay, so you're kind of offering a few rations, just kind of sniffing out.
I swear, in every game I've ever been in, rations are just things to feed animals you come across.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think your rations are? Let's do it. Let's just have some fun with this. What are your rations for the goblin? I mean, for the Scraggs that you are.
Well, obviously, a bottle of the finest vintage wine, and I'm going to have some cold cut meats, some cheese, and lashings of ginger beer from the famous five.
Okay, so you're gonna offer, I'm gonna guess, some of your cold cuts then. Is that a safe assessment?
I'm pretty sure they're just iron rations, which is basically like little biscuits that probably have mold and grubs and stuff in them.
Yeah,
but,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you're offering this, just kind of just reaches its beak out at you, and
As I'm offering,
it.
he's going to do something bad to the owlbear, which is going to cause me to lose an arm. Is he, Erebus?
I'm
Erebus.
freeing it.
as the owlbear kind of does this little reach out to grab whatever morsel of food you have in your hand into its beak, it does not grab your hand. It just grabs the food. You feel the beak brush against it, but it's at that moment that it kind of does a little bit of a lurch that Erebus releases the yoke, and and the yoke just kind of drops to the side, and then it immediately, with the food in its mouth, it kind of whips around and looks at you. Looks more at the yoke, Erebus, and then sees you.
It's okay.
Paws at the ground, stomps at the ground. Animal handling.
Okay.
What did you do, Erebus?
I am not as good at this. 8.
And just looks at you
Don't
and
kill me.
just kind of bellers at you. I'm not going to do it in the microphone. I'll hurt somebody's ears. But
Yeah.
just bellers at you.
All right.
Well,
I got
you're free.
No, I don't.
You can go. We won't harm you.
Kind of moves a little bit of ways away from you, Erebus, first, and he looks back to you, Scrags. Just,
Uncle Scraggs has a bit more food for you, and I'll hand out another ration. Come on.
it actually puts goes to your hand and spits out the ration that you gave it earlier on back into your hand.
Oh, you've chewed it up for me. Nice, thank you.
Looking at you, Erebus.
Who trained you? I wonder.
Does anyone have any animal talky talk? This is why we needed that bloody.
Where are
I'll
you?
try a
Sarah,
few
Elred
things.
and yeah, Dottie and Elred. Where are you guys in this mix?
That's what I was
Trying
thinking.
to
I was like, are we just off to the
stay
side, like kind of like
away?
trying to stay?
Okay,
But
Yeah. Should we maybe roll stealth? See
I'm kind of thinking you should.
if this thing notices us.
I'm gonna try a few different languages. I'm gonna
I'm
try
thinking Elred is
Elvish,
fine.
Sylvan.
Considering Elred is like scared this thing earlier.
I'm gonna speak to it in Elvish,
Thinking- oh, no.
not Druidic, Dryad and Sylvan.
So I think it notices me.
It's terrified of you.
Just maybe.
Dottie's rolling too.
yeah, and I would be curious to see if there are any like markings on the chariot or
Sure.
Showing who it belongs to.
I'll ask him. Do you know Will?
It did roll a natural one for its perception.
It did. Yeah, it did, but it still has a +3, so it's totally.
But I
gonna
rolled a
see.
natural one for
Yeah.
my stealth, so
So it's an alpha
Yeah.
bear. It's got perception skill. So it kind of you trying to be kind of standoffish a little bit, knowing that you've already intimidated this thing. You take a step back and you almost roll your ankle off of a stone, and so you kind of have to recatch yourself. It hears you as you land.
yeah, just quick.
Yeah.
Ah!
Starts taking steps back away from all of you guys.
I'll take steps back too.
I'll say, I put away like my sword and my shield and stuff, and just like.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say this before you do something there because you might change your mind in a second. But Erebus,
Yep.
As you're starting to speak out in different things, you could come across first one you try is Elvish, and that's when it kind of goes like,
Oh.
and its ears fold back.
Sit in Elvish.
Sits.
Oh, good, good. Catch, and I'll throw one of my much more vegetarian rations, but subtle meats,
Sure.
like
Sure.
small amount of fish.
You.
I think owls and both vegetables are like plants.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. So.
Semi-omnivores.
Overhand or underhand?
Underhand.
Underhand. Okay. Yeah. So then it happily it grabs it in the air.
Good boy. Can I check if it's a player?
Yeah. You get a new animal handling check.
Animal handling for gender.
He can.
I have no idea.
It chews into this food and just.
Sorry. I'm not good with animals. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh, no, wait. Question.
Anybody?
Ask it in Elvish.
Hey,
Does it
doesn't
know
someone
Willy?
else- Elvish?
Willie and Elvish. Will of the Feywild. No reaction? All right.
It starts to kind of turn, keeps its eyes on you guys, and starts to kind of walk away. Chariot being left behind now. It goes to sniff up the chariot. Dottie, have you worked your way around to look at the chariot while this is all happening? because it hasn't noticed you yet.
Yeah, I would be
Okay.
curious.
Okay, so roll me an investigation check real quick.
Okay. Investigation.
Ouch.
All right, you're
That's a
watching very
point.
carefully. Yeah, you're watching very carefully for this owl bear to see what it does, and it starts walking directly towards you, but it hasn't seemed like it's noticed you yet. But now you're fully aware that this much larger owl bear, much larger than you, owl bear, is now plundering his way towards you.
I'll
Gets up
kind
to
of
the
hide behind
chariot.
the chariot and keep as quiet as possible.
Okay. Gets up to the chariot and kind of inspects it a little bit. And then just jumps off and bolts off towards the mountain.
I don't think that was a good idea, taking off the chariot.
It's a
Well,
wild animal. It needs to be free.
We don't know what its situation was.
Wild animals
We don't know if it.
don't usually sit.
That's true. What
Play
I mean
catch.
is, it's not originally a wild animal, and it's been set free now. Its owner was obviously killed, right? And can I see if the chariot looks like combat happened, and that's why there's nobody on it?
Sure. So as you do that, now that you don't have distractions, I'm going to give Dottie the chance to actually get this from the inspection instead.
Does she want any guidance, Dottie?
Sure.
Go for it.
I'm a little bit nervous to do any sort of interaction.
Okay, investigation.
Yeah, open up.
I'll give a handshake.
I'll
For
assist
those in
you
the
too.
chat, yeah, for those of you in the chat, you will probably start to kind of clue in. Scrags is kind of our character that has the most likelihood, or highest likelihood of Freudian slips. We have a clip from a while back where the first Freudian slip between Scrags and Dottie happened already, so feel free to peek on
Yeah.
that. It's on video on demand. Yeah, we're all giggling at this now. Yeah, anyway.
Oh man.
Oh, I gotta find that clip again.
I-
because
No.
the only thing I know is that I
hear
have
that.
is that there is an emote of me because
There's an emote
That's
of Elred.
the only
because
thing
of
I
it, yeah.
know.
The owlbear is pretty far away now, just to be clear, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely trundled off.
Okay, perfect. I'll use my Tides of Chaos then.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm just
No.
curious what's in here.
Oh my gosh. yes.
Fireball.
By the
I'm
way, I'm just
sorry.
We can't
I just have
investigate
to
the
be
chariot if
25
there's no
feet back.
chariot left.
23?
Okay, roll me that tide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can't inspect the chariot if there's no chariot left. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
God.
You rolled a fireball
Oh
on us.
no! Oh no!
Oh, it's so much better when we got
I'm
Elred
basically
saying
going to
that.
be farting out wild magic for the next minute.
That's I definitely appreciate
Yeah.
that description.
Yeah.
Okay, so
At least,
Gosh.
but
okay,
you did get the nat 20
at
out
least
of it.
we did this without outside of. At least we got this outside of combat or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we can deal with the effects as they happen.
we're going to get so here's how we're going to do this. So you it does appear, first of all, on the harness that was tied to this owlbear, you do see some a kind of engraving on it that of a branch of a tree, and being as you got a nat 20, you can also immediately recognize the type of tree that was very intricately engraved into this harness as a juniper. But on the back of the chariot, and kind of looking a little bit more carefully at it, you do see signs of a struggle. You see claw marks that have kind of scraped across the back end. I need you to roll again for your wild magic surge while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Just claw marks across the back, and what appears to even be a little bit of an outward bend on one of the sides of the chariot. Chariot's been kind of like splayed out a little bit. So far so good. You can do this, but you haven't done it yet. Okay. Let's go. Now you've inspected the harness. You've inspected the chariot. Go ahead and roll me another wild magic surge. And what are you guys doing at this point?
So far,
I'm
these are all good.
Should I be within 20 feet or should I get out of 20 feet?
Yeah, I suppose I'd probably be
That's true, Dottie. You could tell them what you're feeling at the moment.
Hey guys,
keeping.
I think I'm surging. I would stay back a little bit.
What do you
will-
mean surging?
I will stay right
Um,
next to her and be like, "You've got this.
Unless
you
you
can
want to be
kick this
fireballed
thing."
or turned into a potted plant, I would
I am
get the
keeping.
fuck away from me.
I am keeping watch from a safe distance of about 30 feet away.
Okay, so roll me again.
Okay.
There it is.
Yes.
There it
we
is.
go.
We knew it was gonna happen.
You
There
guys
it
called
is.
it too. That's what hurts. And there's still 7 more.
Yeah.
Roll him.
Wait.
Roll
Oh
him.
god.
You gotta roll the
Oh,
damage.
God, there
You
is.
gotta roll the
I
damage.
know. Okay.
It's a good thing you gain
Um,
hit points again now because of this other one.
Don't forget you
Yeah,
got
actually,
the 10
yeah.
hit points as well.
No, that's true.
All right. How many
Oh,
hit
so
points
that's
did we
fine.
get from
You only
that,
took 10
actually?
damage.
5d6. Hang total. Hold the phone. hold
That's.
the
I think it's 8d6, right?
phone.
Remember, you have that 8 temporary hit points.
I
What's
feel like
eight,
it is
yeah.
8d6.
Yeah, it's 8d6.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ouch.
Oh
Okay.
no.
36.
Oh no.
Oh man, that's 36 damage, you guys.
Yeah.
As just this massive wall of fire envelops you. Now, the only people. Hang on. What's the range? What's the diameter on that? It's
24.
20 feet,
20
right?
feet, yeah.
So Elred is safe, and Scraggs, who backed away 20 feet, is safe. So it's really just Dottie and Erevis that take this damage.
Oh.
And what you, because of the directionality you
Good
guys
dex
were,
save.
yeah, roll a
21 dex.
good point, Erevis. Dex, yeah. So Erevis, you're gonna take the whole thing.
What
Dottie,
was the full damage?
36?
36. Are you down?
36.
Right.
I
20
have
foot
3
radius, thank you.
HP.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget
so,
the 10 hit points.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah. He did. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's,
you only take 18 points of damage.
I was saying, I
Dottie.
was pretty sure that would
Okay.
down and but me.
As you guys kind of
Um,
settle, as the fire kind of subsides, roll me another wild magic surge.
Erevis is like outside of the radius of the fireball, like
Just
Oh god, everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give Eris a quick like 10 hit point with lay on hands.
roll me an
Um,
acrobatics.
I'm just
check,
giving
please,
yeah, I'm just giving
Dottie.
Erevis a quick
Okay, go for it.
yeah, I'm just giving Erevis a quick 10 hit point, like just come over here after the fireball.
Lay on hands.
Yeah,
With my lay
I've
on
changed
hands.
my mind. I'm not staying near that anymore.
So since I got knocked over by the fireball, would I be
That's
touching the ground?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I want you to give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
So I assume the
This is all just
carriage
to
is just
see-
not anymore.
20.
You don't know. You're 20 feet away, 30 feet away from it. 20 feet away now because of where Erevis is. Yeah, so you're able to kind of keep yourself to what the now it's just only scorched earth as a result of the fireball. You're not actually touching any wood or any root or anything to that effect at this point in time. But you're still surging. You can feel the surge even though you don't necessarily know what's going on.
Yeah.
What's everybody else doing for the 6 seconds that we got before
I'm
the next
backing
surge?
up.
I'm gonna cast a
see if
spell
there's
on
anything.
Dottie.
All right.
I'm gonna
That's what I'm
cast
thinking also.
spiritual weapon, put her down so she can't search
No.
anymore.
I
But no,
stop
I'm
you.
gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast on me. No, on Dottie, Erebus, and Elred. I'm gonna cast aid. So they all get 5
Yeah,
hit
I don't
points.
actually got anything I can cast here.
Okay.
Help out.
All right.
Oh, but I will say, you would have regained 5 hit points that
That is true, from
round,
the
air quotes.
one, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
every wild magic surge, you do regain 5
That is
hit
absolutely
points.
That is good.
Yeah. And so then give me another surge. So this is where your
Okay.
next everybody's 5 extra hit points pumps in now too.
Mirror image, not bad.
I just
which is the real
Just,
one.
yeah, just
Yeah.
complete scorched earth, and then just
There you
3
go.
dotties.
I don't have to describe this. You guys are doing a great job of this.
How
Awesome.
many left?
You got. Hang on, let me count that. I'm gonna do the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 more. Give me 1 more.
Oh god.
5 more hit points to everybody for health.
It's just her.
Oh, it's just her.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's just you. Yeah, you get a point. You're frightened by the nearest.
Okay, so who's nearest to Dottie?
It would be either me or you because you just pulled me out of the.
Yeah.
It is alphabetically. It's Elred. So you look at Elred, and Elred's smile is the absolute most terrifying thing you've ever seen. Just the smile. The rest of them, fine. Just the smile, and he is like laughing about all of this stuff because he can actually laugh for the first time in a long time. So,
Oh god, oh god, oh god. And I'll just run
No.
the opposite way.
okay, roll me another acrobatics check. See if you can do it without touching things. Or do you care?
If I'm frightened, they
Elred
probably
would
don't care.
like not knowing what's going on, he would probably chase after Dottie.
So Dottie, you start kind of pushing your way through trees, and as you touch a tree, it lights up on fire. You guys are now watching as everywhere Dottie goes is just this flame
Okay.
that takes the trees.
I'm faster than her. I'll go catch her.
Okay. And so yeah, you go ahead and roll me an athletics check, contested against her frightened athletics roll as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
This got really big really
Oh,
fast.
wow.
This is not the encounter I meant, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
How did I get
Yeah.
a 19 on that play?
She's a slippery little person. She is like just
Yeah, she can use
Up and out.
acrobatics too.
Not slippery enough.
now.
Are you
not
fast enough,
slippery enough.
Elred, to even catch her?
I don't think you're fast enough. You're still 20 feet away, unless like you'd have to dash to get beside her, right?
Yeah, I got 20
That's
on
too
my
bad.
athletics. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're fat.
so-
Yeah.
You guys
Only
are like-
you can
so.
prevent forest
But I'm keeping up with
fires.
The good news is
I'm keeping up
that
with her though.
she's getting closer to the river, so at least there's that. However, roll me another wild magic search. We're on. This is our 7th.
Okay.
Everybody, sorry, Dottie, you also take an extra 5 hit points.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's kind of a nothing. So there, it seems like there's nothing new that comes her way. You're still very much on edge. She's still pushing through and lighting bushes and grass on fire.
The frightened effect would end on like this turn.
That is true.
It's just
So-
the end of it. So
That is true. What do you think, Dottie? What are you doing?
Yeah, so once it wears off, I just go,
You look back at it.
I
No,
bump
Mom.
into her and then catch on fire.
Yes, you do. And no, hang on, that's not true. Actually, after the next
minute.
that isn't being
just her
worn or
hands, so-
carried by another creature. So you're wearing
Oh.
and carrying
So you're
stuff.
good.
So you're good
it's
to
just
go.
nature.
Yeah, the forest fire that you have now started.
Oh gosh.
So let's roll another one. This is the 8th one. Where are you, Scrags, in all this?
Okay, on
I'm
my
still
turn,
well away from her.
I'll run away from her.
All right.
this
Roll me
this
a
was just
D10.
goofy.
Okay.
Okay, if it's even, you grow.
Hey,
You grow 8 inches.
8
she's 8
inches?
inches taller now. That's
That's
actually
huge.
That's a
As
lot.
she's now, as she kind of stops and kind of tries to catch her breath and wild-eyed with all of this concern for what's going on around her, all of a sudden you just kind of see her elongate and her head hits a branch, lights the branch on fire. 9th one.
Guys, just
You guys
shoot
got
me.
this fire
Put me down.
going. Like
That one's
The-
that one's permanent
Yeah.
too.
the
Now he's
flames
just
are starting
8
to
inches
leave.
taller now.
yeah,
How tall are you now?
yeah.
That's
The
huge.
height- yeah.
3 foot.
The height is
8
permanent.
inches.
So you're now 4
So
foot
now you're
6 inches.
yeah.
4 foot 4 inches.
No, that's how tall she is now. I think she was like an even 3 feet before.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's like now really tall for
A halfling.
a
Yeah,
halfling.
yeah, totally.
She's like what's his
Yeah.
what are they called? Mary and Sam.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, so
Oh,
I
no.
gotta roll this one out then. Actually, no, you could roll D4 for me.
Of course, it's a 4.
And because there are 4 of you here,
Oh, but not Dottie because she's within 60 feet of her.
Would Scraggs still? I'll say if Scraggs was staying back, would he
Come
still
on,
be
aren't
within
there
60
Yeah.
aren't there random squirrels
No,
and
you're right.
such
you're right.
that could be poisoned?
Not for
Because I assume
dude.
Dottie
There's a
was.
forest fire here. They've all
dashing.
dipped.
Oh
So
gosh.
and
Yeah.
you guys have done nothing to stop
So
the
it's
flames.
true. We are just on Dottie.
That's
All
right,
I have
so-
is flame spells.
We're just
so
watching
it's
the
gonna make it
mayhem
worse.
ensue.
Dottie, you are within 60 feet of yourself.
Okay.
You're poisoned
Okay.
for 4 hours.
That's fair. I'd rather it be me than anyone else.
Okay. Well, that was the dice that decided that. Okay. Scraggs was too far away to be included in
I hope
that.
we got some good
Yeah.
information from this.
Scraggs like sitting in the
Yeah,
back watching.
this was-
Okay. Anyway. All right. This is the 10th one, guys. This is the last one. By the way, 5 more points for Dottie as you roll
alright.
this.
Okay.
Yes.
Of your choice.
Oh, okay. Of your choice. I thought you just teleported to a
you guys
random
watch
spot.
as she's now hit her head on this tree branch. She just kind of looks at you. Where would Dottie want to try to escape to from all this? Nearby.
Thinking that she's a danger to everyone else inside the river.
I might be able to fireball Scraggs again. Go to Scraggs.
Inside the river.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh no.
So you teleport, and like you blink, and all of a sudden you're underwater. The rest of you, like Elred and Erebus, who are right nearby, Scraggs, you got this great view of a forest fire that everybody seems to just kind of run into this little tunnel that Dottie has left behind. They just try to run into it to try to capture her, but the forest fire is now very much taking and going, whereas the 2 of you guys, Erebus and Elred, you guys are watching as she just kind of goes, whoop, hits her head, lights the tree on fire, and blinks, and poof, gone. She is not there anymore.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dottie!
This went sideways really fast.
It was a wild magic surge of 10 more wild magic surges. What did you think was going to happen? Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. This went real. Like it was the first 2 were like,
Yeah,
oh, this is
has
really
been
nice, and then it went. And then it went sideways really
no, I'm
fast.
just gonna go back to the
Fireball
first one
centered
here.
on yourself.
I'd probably start trying to tame some of the fire.
Actually,
I
Well,
will
I should've-
say,
It's a little too late.
I will say,
at this
aid
point, but we
increases your
can-
maximum hit points by 5. So just be aware of that.
Good point. So let's go through the group. Let's go from the furthest away to the closest to the source of the everything. Let's go to Scraggs
yeah.
first. So Scraggs, you've got this wall of fire that is starting to catch on various trees beside it. What are you gonna do?
I am looking around for any burned, crispy critters, so I can have a snack and watch as all of this just takes place in front of me. I'm literally
my-
pushing out the foldable chair, sitting down, grabbing some popcorn, maybe some crispy squirrels, and watching as I see all of this happen, and I'm just laughing to myself.
Roll for perception
Oh, no.
to see if you see flaming squirrels.
Perception.
Roll for flaming squirrels.
Ooh,
That's what we're
19.
doing right now is we're rolling for flaming squirrels, and I cannot wait to tell people here this story. Okay, so 19. Yeah, so you don't see a flaming squirrel first. The first set of creatures you see is a series of what seem to be a form of woodpecker, like kind of a brownish thing with a red chest, flying out of the way, and doesn't seem to really care. Flies within grasp of you. Go ahead and roll me if you want to try and grab this bird. You can certainly try. It'd be
I'll
like
try to grab the bird.
Sure, I'm gonna call it. It's basically a dexterity check.
Sleight of
straight
hand?
dexterity check.
No.
No, this isn't sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is a little bit more subversive than this. This is almost like
20.
Okay, yeah, you snatched one of the birds out of the air, and just kind of to finish it
Oh,
off, and now you have food.
Kill it, yes. I don't kill it. I
No,
have a
don't kill
look.
it?
And
Okay.
can you... Hello, do you know who I am?
Are you talking to the animal?
Yeah.
It's just
Call you what, a cracker.
It's struggling to get out of your grip and fly away.
Down just wants to kill something. Oh, okay, I wants to find something that's already dead. I'm not going to just kill something like that.
Okay,
I'll leave
so
it go.
you let it go. And sure enough, a squirrel comes flying out of the tree at your face. And just trying to climb up over you as you let the bird go.
A squirrel is attacking me.
Yeah, a flaming squirrel, to be clear about this.
A flaming squirrel. Okay.
And I'm talking about the
Can
fact
the
that it's on fire. Okay.
Can the flaming squirrel please make a wisdom saving throw?
It rolled really good. It rolled a natural 18.
Okay, nothing happens.
It's so much involved in the idea of escaping fire that nothing can seem to penetrate its brain. And it just kind of crawls up your face and jumps off you. Switching gears for a moment. Aravis and Elred, you guys are in this now. You're surrounded by trees on fire. And Dottie's disappeared. What are you doing?
I guess start trying to put out the fire. Like,
How?
That's a really good question. God, I don't have anything. I guess how far away? Like, can we see the river?
The river is about 40 feet away from you.
Okay, I suppose I'd start going that just to get water to put out the
So
fire.
you dash over to the river.
I'm doing that same thing.
Okay, so you guys dash over to the river. That's going to be your turn for now. You're going to have to figure out how you're going to get water out of the river.
I would have dashed with my bonus action and used my action to look in the river because Dottie was heading this way.
Sure. Go roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So looking in the river, it's fairly fast flowing at this point, and you can't really see Dottie on the bank.
She does
or
have mirror
side.
image up, and she's a little
She
taller.
does. That's true. She does have mirror image up. That's a good point. Hang on a second. Let's read that.
This is vitally
let's see
important.
here.
Are the mirror images also taller, or are they still the same height that she was when she cast it?
That
I think
is-
it looks
that
like
is actually
everything
vitally
she
important.
does.
Yeah, it is crazy to think that this entire time there was
Oh yeah, 3 Dotties.
Well, the whole thing
Yep.
in the there's
Okay.
3 Dotties.
Oh my gosh, I have to say I was so not prepared for this, but I'm here for it. So, yeah, that will lower the DC enough that you would actually see something under the water in the shadows. Looks like a large trout swimming this way.
I'm running along the river to. Wait, no. If it's just a trout.
No, okay, 3 large trout.
Oh, okay.
So it's highly unusual.
I'm running down. I'm gonna start running down the river and taking out my rope, but that's my turn.
Okay, so Dottie, you're underwater. You have your duplicates beside you, but you're also you kind of reach around and because you're now kind of slightly panicky because you're underwater. You're not on fire, which is good, but you're also not sensing a place where you can break through the water. All you hear is the warble of water sounds at your ears. What do you do?
Just try my best to find my way out. I was trying to see if I had anything, but I really don't.
Roll me athletics check then.
Okay. 18.
All right, 18. Yeah. So after a little bit of flailing, you're able to feel a stone, but it actually kind of smacks up against your foot. So like, oh, okay, now I at least have my orientation, and you start kind of pushing through water to get to the surface. and you will have enough movement to break through to the surface.
Okay.
But only just.
Cool.
And I think for the purposes of this, because this is already crazy and there's so much going on, there's a forest fire that's been started, there's a person flailing down the river, and then there's a scrags trying to catch flaming squirrels. I think we're going to pause there, and we'll see how far afield this forest fire ends up going and what kind of an impact it has on things when we get back together again next week.
What, you mean this could
that
actually
was-
just kill Slackjaw, and this could kill...
that was a 10 minutes. Like
Just set the whole forest on fire.
that
Why not?
was
That was a thing
Wild.
that just happened
Yeah.
there.
start a forest fire, poison you. Oh no.
She's poisoned.
Yeah, doesn't she have
Poisoned.
disadvantage on the athletics check?
Oh, that's true. Oh, I will retcon
So it would be the
that.
5.
It'd be a 5. I will
Yeah.
retcon that. You're still underwater. You can't find your orientation. You're still underwater. I gotta resolve that first.
Yeah.
I gotta see if you drown first. Hang on
Yeah,
a
I said
second.
that. I was
Okay,
like,
so-
oh no.
No,
It's
you're
been a
totally right.
while.
You're totally right. You're totally right. I'm gonna have to write myself so many notes after this. Okay, so
Roll
go back
another
to
check.
Scrags. What are you gonna do? Next
Well,
round.
there's not much I can do. I'm just...
Chewing a
I don't have a clue what's going on. I'm going to try and roll another DC 50. Is it DC 50? 1 second. Spells DC 14 Wisdom.
Wisdom. On that same squirrel.
Yeah.
My squirrel. I'm no word of a lie. It just rolled a 17.
surely
Alright,
it dies
well-
from fire damage.
Well,
You know what? It's managed to run fast enough away that it's actually rubbed its butt off
Okay.
and rubbed the flames off in mud.
yeah, 1 step ahead. That's my turn.
Okay. Alright,
Fighting
now Erebus.
squirrel and losing.
Screw you.
I've done it before.
Oh, God, I
As a
mean,
wizard, I've lost.
I have
So-
my water skin, which I guess I could like put some water in. But, like,
It's
that's
the
not much.
tiniest.
That's definitely not. That's definitely not enough to like.
We're
put
not
out-
prepared for this.
Elred fills the water skin, looks up at the fire, and goes like,
Yeah, the image of
It's like that.
yeah, just the image of him like he pulls out the water skin, just like looks at it, looks back at the fire, and
You
he's
know,
just
you
like,
know those little squirt.
I can't do
You know
it.
those
Like,
little spring water.
yeah, no, he just like he takes the water skin and he just realized like, yeah, this is gonna do absolutely nothing.
all right.
I suppose he's gotta trust Erebus. He sees Erebus like chasing something.
All right. So you're going to chase that after Erebus?
So I guess yeah, I'd probably follow Erebus, just trusting him that he knows something that I don't.
All right.
As I'm running.
Erebus. Go for it.
I'm going to say, I see Dottie, and I'll point her out as best I can. Keeping an eye on where she is, I'll throw a rope while keep running like in front of her, like a ways. I'll try and like get
Okay.
in front of it.
All
if I
right.
can.
So you throw the rope. Just roll me a d20, a random d20 for me, please. Dottie, I'm going to get you to roll for me your athletics check again.
Natural 20.
Oh. Hey.
Title of this session, by the way, I called it Wayward Fools. I feel very good about that title.
You should. It's
Okay.
very apt.
So you've... it was a 5 and a 6?
Yeah.
Dottie,
Sorry.
you managed to throw the rope in just such a way that it goes straight in. Dottie, it feels really weird. You actually feel what seems to be like a limp tree branch that just kind of graze across your face, and then we're like, no, that wasn't a tree branch. That was something else. That was something fabric. But you can't orient yourself to grasp it. You're still underwater, and it's getting tougher to hold your breath. At this point in time, out of the trees beside you, Erebus, comes out this shortish creature, kind of spindly looking thing, wearing a just wearing a tunic of sorts, and just moving so fast in the opposite directions. The fire's not that way. Pulls out, carrying a bucket, and just kind of scoops out of the water and starts tossing it towards the trees. That's where we're gonna pause. Is
Okay.
where we now have a new character involved. I can't resolve that yet, Dottie. You're still underwater.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pause it
So-
there.
Only new character.
Don't you have until like? Don't you have until like your constitution in minutes before you start drowning?
But that's when
Yeah.
you're prepared.
That's right. It's
But
We
when
don't
you're
know-
not
She
prepared.
said she teleported into the water on purpose.
Yeah, but it was an
She
instant
didn't
like
know.
teleport thing.
It's
like
did she go in where she breathed
still
in
bit-
first, or was she
It's-
out of breath? In
I don't
which
know.
case-
If
I
it's
feel like it
willing,
would've
I
just
would
been,
think
like-
she would be like, okay, I'm going in water.
the way I saw it was like this is an instant like in this moment where are you thinking about needing to go and like
She
Okay.
wanted
like
to head
her
towards the
like
water,
instant
and she just
reaction was
zipped in.
water, and so she teleported into the water.
Okay.
It's the panic of not knowing your orientation that will have the impact.
That
So
too, yeah.
That's the trick,
I've-
right?
I've been there. That part's scary.
Yeah, likewise. All right, well, with that then, family,
See
I
you
think we're
guys.
going to call her quits for
Yeah.
the day. Chat, thank you guys very much. Border Kingdoms Adventures, thanks for joining us, as well as Eric, who brought a whole bunch of people with us, Eric Abroad. Big shout out to you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back here again. I'll be back online here on Friday. Hey, Scrags, you guys still doing some Curse of Strahd stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but
So
someone
you'll be doing that on Thursday.
missed the
I
session.
set my alarm, I swear.
Yeah. You say that every
Where?
week.
But there will be a game tomorrow. There will be a
Usually-
game Thursday and then Friday as well. So feel free to jump in, and thank you guys very much for joining. We
Cheers,
will
guys.
see you on the flip side.
Bye.
All right, guys. Just as a heads up, we're gonna go over and raid Winter's Tales. So if you are ready to raid, jump in the chat and say hello to them. In the meantime, otherwise, have a great one, guys. Cheerio.